What's up, ladies and gents? Today we're going over this video. I just watched a few minutes of it, not the whole thing, so only like the few minutes I'm gonna know about it, I'm gonna comment on, and we'll take it from there. I got it on, got it on 1.25 speed, so that'll be helpful. It's only 11-minute clip. Let's go through it and find some mistakes, shall we? Find a few mistakes.
My major is finance.
So the question for today is, do you think men and women are equal?
Now, I noticed he asked two different questions of these people. Kind of the same thing. One time he asked, are you equal? Another time he asked, should they be equal? So, not too consistent. So, the whole theme of this thing is a little varied. Just FYI.
Physically, no, honestly, but they should be treated equal, I think.
No.
That's the biggest thing. Treated equal, equal rights. We're not equal because we're two different things. We do things differently. So, we'll never be equal because we're different. We'll just have equal rights. And we should have equal opportunities, but not equal outcome.
Why?
Because the way society functions, it's a male-dominant society.
What does that mean? How is it male-dominated? Is it because men act in a dominant fashion? I mean, how is it dominated? I'd love to hear that, because women here in the U.S. have lots of rights and that are afforded to them more than men. Men are severely held down here. Women have it easy as cake. And you're going to tell me it's male-dominated. I would love to know examples, but I know if I was there doing the interview, I would follow up with how, and she said there, violence, violence, violence.
And so kind of automatically they're put ahead, and that...
How are we put ahead? How are we put ahead when you get more money for college? When, you can claim abuse and we're arrested like that, right? When we both do the same crime and you get over 60% more time, you get 60% less time. Like you can bang a kid and get a slap in the wrist. I get put away for 20 years. Like, tell me, how are we ahead? Tell me. Are we ahead because we work more and we don't have babies? We can concentrate more on our career? Is that our fault?
places women in an unfair situation. But, I think these days we're trying to get ahead. But, there's things like the wage gap between...
Oh, the wage gap, please. I thought that died. I thought it was dead. But no, we got people living under rocks here who didn't get the memo. Wage gap does not exist in the way she thinks it does. Didn't Google do an investigation and found that they were underpaying men and therefore had to compensate? And feminists were all ready for the outcome. Already they're sitting there, they're drooling from their mouth, and then Google says, "Oh, we're paying men less." They just quietly ignored Google from then on. They just like, okay, I'm just gonna leave. They're very quietly tiptoed out of the room. Single women between 22 and 30 make more than men do. So I don't know what the hell she's getting this shit from.
Men and women, and just the, I don't know if you heard, 97% of women, have been sexually assaulted.
97% of women have been sexually assaulted. That is just, where did she get that from? Where should we have heard that from? Did you know men are raped more than women? Did you know that, lady?
And that's just kind of a scary number to think about. So I really just don't think there's any equality in the workspace or just being in society in general.
That's because you drank the feminist Kool-Aid and you won't actually do your homework. And you're so hot and you probably get so much attention, you don't have to. Right? You're just like, whatever, I don't need to do anything. I'm hot and I get hit on. So, thinking, psh.
Do you think men and women should be equal?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
Notice he said should be equal. Should be equal. Notice he said that. Last time he said are you, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. That's how I was raised, so.
Why is that? Oh, because that's...
It's just what my parents taught me. I grew up pretty religious, and I think, at least, well, even though they might not be, actually equal, I think that, I don't think it's just men and women, but, all people in general.
Help me with this. He says not just men and women, all people. Are we talking cats and dogs? I'm confused. Okay, we'll just continue.
I think that they should be given like equal opportunity and stuff.
Yes, equal opportunity, not equality of outcome. Remember that, ladies and gents.
I do think they should be equal for society right now. I don't think we are.
If I love redheads, she would be number one.
And I think along with people who identify as non-binary or trans, it makes things a lot harder.
Well then, don't go around identifying as non-binary and trans. Not that difficult.
And just, I think that in the future we could see more legislation that changes that.
What legislation do you think is going to happen?
Yes, I think men and women are equal.
in all aspects?
Yes.
I think they should be equal. Obviously, we can still see in today's society, like, I feel like men still have more advantages than women, but
Oh my gosh, please show me how men have more advantages than women. Show me, please. Is it because we can't have babies so we can work more? Because that's the only one I can think of. Otherwise, you guys have all the advantages. We're the oppressed ones. You have it easy. Prove me wrong.
I feel like we're still kind of working towards being seen as equals as women are.
That's because you drink the feminist Kool-Aid and you have no idea what you're talking about. And I would have followed up this stuff. This guy is asking questions, that's good, but he's not following up because his agenda apparently is not for truth. It's just for opinions and to post it online. That's not how I'd technically go about it, but whatevs.
Yeah, I think we are equal, or both genders.
I think we should be equal. I think in a lot of ways we are equal, but there's also, I think, some ways we could be doing better.
Okay, so what
Yes.
are your opinions about abortion?
I'm pro-choice, so I think it's obviously it's hard to be like morally gray, I guess, with abortion. Like you're either are or like aren't for it. But yeah, no, I think the woman should have the say in it.
I'm also pro-choice. I don't know if I would ever personally get one, but just because I would never get one doesn't mean I should be able to say someone else can't have one.
So my
How about a man?
opinion has kind of changed over the years. I used to be like really conservative about it, but after like being in relationships with women, getting to know women, I think like I don't know. It's a really tough subject. I'll be honest. I don't really feel comfortable answering this question in general, but yeah.
But you think that they should be equal in all aspects?
Yeah, I think so.
I am pro-choice 100% all the way.
I believe in no abortion. I'm pro-life.
Most of these people will say they're pro-choice until they're asked, I bet you, until they're asked about the man and his choice. Then all of a sudden, they magically stop being pro-choice. We'll see. I even watched past a few minutes ago, so...
So when a woman decides to keep the baby, the man has to pay child support. But if a woman decides to do abortion, then the man has no say in that. Do you think that's okay? Or what's your opinion about that?
Yeah, I think it's fair. The woman can kind of do whatever she wants.
She's not even expounding on it. Like, he mentioned how men don't have it right. And she made a comment on women, and then she stopped talking, right? It's like, hopefully she's just thinking, but notice how she just glossed over the fact that he talked about men. Maybe I bet you he has to reiterate to get her to respond to it. Watch.
How is that?
With abortion,
I think they should have equal say in that, or
I think both parents to that baby should have some sort of say in what goes on, but ultimately, I'm not for abortion personally, but I mean, it's the woman's body. She kind of has more say than the man overall in the end, but I think the man, she should listen to the man too. I think that he was the one. He screwed up. I mean, if you have a baby on accident, you messed up. You could have done things to prevent that. So you have to deal with your consequences and take what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Take responsibility of what you did, of your actions. You know.
Oh, he's an effing simp. Because you had sex, you should pay for your consequences. Unlike women, they don't have to, but men, they should.
In my opinion, it's the girl's body. So whatever she wants to do, I think it's mainly her decision. I mean, that's
Oh, I'm all for her, like, doing whatever she wants with her body, just as long as she doesn't expect me to pay for it.
just what I think. Okay. I also agree. It's the female's body, so she should have her own choice.
Yeah, same as both of them.
But you guys are saying that we should be equal. Okay, if you decide to keep it, then the man does not have to pay child support because he doesn't have a say in that.
I think that there should be, there should be more about, like, the whole child support thing. I don't think that automatically, like, oh, child support, like, you have to pay this much, this much, this much. But, like, because, I mean, the guy doesn't really have a say in that, but I think they should kind of both have a say in, like, that portion, but not the abortion part. Yeah.
I think the same. Yeah, I think the same thing.
Ooh, that's hard. Yeah, that is hard. I really don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, my parents are separated, so my dad did have to pay child support, which, I mean, I don't know, like you said, it's kind of hard, but there's also a lot of dads out there that the mom has the baby and they don't pay child support, they just up and leave. So it's the whole thing is just kind of a sticky situation and hard to answer.
I really think it's like a case-by-case basis too. I think that's like a...
I think it's easy to answer. I think if the man doesn't consent to you creating a child with his sperm, that he should not have to pay anything ever. And if you still want to work together after that, you can. It's just the law will not make you have the child available for the man. You can deny, and it won't make him pay for the child. So that's how that would happen. You can still parent the child together, just without the government involvement. That's what I think would happen there.
So you think that whether a man decides to pay or not, he should not go to jail because of that? Do you think that's what should happen?
I think there should be like I think. Oh,
that's hard. I know.
Jail seems really extreme.
Maybe like fines, I think. Like maybe like a minor punishment, but nothing like jail. I don't think.
Yeah, we're already like mass incarceration is already an issue for such low-level crimes anyways. I don't think we need to add another essentially low-level thing on top of that.
Yeah, men get thrown in jail for not paying child support. Here in America, even if you can't pay child support, they still throw you in jail, and it's ridiculous, and it needs to stop.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think he should pay a little bit in child support, but if he doesn't, at least bare minimum, she should be able to keep the baby and work extra hard for it.
And you think that the man should not have any illegal claims when he decides not to pay child support?
I'm going to say no, just because, there's so many things you could have done to prevent the pregnancy anyway. It's like you should have just thought about that before you decided to have that thing yourself, so maybe just be safer next time, and that's basically like a consequence you get for it instead.
I hope he's talking about the woman there, not the man. I really do. Let's backtrack there.
There's so many things you could have done to prevent the
child support.
I didn't hear that guy's question. I didn't hear it.
I'm going to say no, just because, there's so many things you could have done to prevent the pregnancy.
So he said he. So he's speaking to the man, and he's saying there's so many things he could have done to prevent, but it's the woman's. See, this is the problem. It's the woman's body. It's her responsibility. So females are 100% responsibility for their bodies in the state they put them in. Pregnancy happens only to the female, so pregnancy is 100% the female's responsibility. The man can help with that responsibility. The woman can enforce that he wears a condom or whatever else in assistance, and she can, deny sex if he doesn't. So men can do things to assist the woman with her responsibility, but it's still hers. So she's the one that can go. So I think I heard him say he, and he really should have said she when he's making these assertions right here, because it has to do with the woman, not the man.
Pregnancy anyway, it's like you should have just thought about that before you decided to have that thing yourself, so maybe just be safer next time, and that's basically like a consequence you get for it instead.
Yes, well, that really should have been said to all the women, not the man. But then, of course, if he does say it to the woman, then she can, even if she doesn't abort it or can't abort it, she can still give up for adoption or leave it on the steps of a fire department. So women can get out of taking care of a child very easily. Men cannot. So there are no consequences for her, but there are for men, and that's the problem.
I kind of feel like it's still not at the men's choice at the end of the day if they want their partner to have the child or not. That's up to the partner and all that. So I just feel like you just shouldn't have. You should what you did. You should just come with it's consequences that it's consequences that come with stuff. So yeah, for sure.
If the woman decides to keep the child, then the man should decide what they want.
All right. Let's hear that.
You just shouldn't have the partner and all that. You know, if they want their partner to have the child or not. Still not at the men's choice at the end of the day if they, you know, if they want their partner to have the child or not.
It's not the man's choice. It's the woman's choice. If he donated sperm, it's her choice. It's her body. It's a state of her body. Pregnancy happens to her. It's her choice, not his choice.
That's up to the partner and all that. So I just feel like, you know, you just shouldn't have, you know what you did, you should just come with its consequences. Then
Using her logic, we should therefore get rid of abortion, get rid of adoption, make it illegal to leave the baby at the steps of the fire department. Okay. All the choices available to women should be removed. For her logic to work, that means if men have no choice and they just deal with the consequences like her BS coming out of her mouth right now, then women shouldn't have any choices either. You can't have choices for women and not for men. That's the problem we're running into. That's why we're having these conversations, because it's destroying men's lives. Men are killing themselves over this, not being able to pay child support and having their lives destroyed. I mean, what happened with the Plan B that wanted to be, you know, over the counter, right? What were the arguments for that? You know, how long ago was that? 5, 10 years ago? Maybe a little more. What were the arguments? The arguments were, it's my body. I should decide when I want to be a parent, blah, blah. And these women are saying this. But men are not asked that. When are you ready to be a parent? They don't ask men, right? Is that fair? No.
Know what it's consequences that come with stuff. So, yeah, for sure.
If the woman decides to keep the child, then the man should decide whether he wants to pay child support or not.
Oh, gosh.
Because that's equality in my opinion.
That is okay, and you do have a point. You do have a point, but still, at the end of the day, I just feel like it's a woman's body, so it should just be like a woman's choice to have that, you know, have the child.
I mean, that's understandable.
Right, that is. And then you said, like, what is it like? Do I still see women and men as equals? I do see them as equals, but you
Not in
just
all aspects.
I don't know. It's just you saying that. It just kind of feels like I don't know. It's kind of just like, yeah. I mean, some things we're equals on, but then again, I feel like some things we're probably not equal on.
Okay, I kind of don't understand. Because then, if a man doesn't have a job and he doesn't want to keep the baby, it's kind of not understandable for a man to pay the child support when he doesn't want to. But then, when the woman still has
This guy's mic is pretty bad.
in that context.
Well, it's a two-sided party,
Yeah,
you know?
They both had the decision to have that baby, like to make
Exactly.
that baby, so they could have.
And the woman's the one that has to carry that around for 9 months.
So you decide to get pregnant. That's why you got to carry. That's how biology works. I don't know why you're complaining about it.
So therefore, that's why I think it's the woman's choice with what she does with her body. But like, the man most likely has to pay child support. He contributed.
Oh my gosh. You can get sperm from any guy. But because you got it from one particular guy, you think it's fair to F up his life? Just because you chose him? Did you not choose to have sex? Did you not choose to have sex without precaution to protect yourself from pregnancy? Is he in charge of pregnancy? No, you are. So why should he pay you for your decisions?
Contribute halfway to that baby,
Right.
so
It can't all be on the woman.
yeah.
It is all on the woman because it's your body. 100% your responsibility. It's your body. This pregnancy happens to you, doesn't happen to the man. It's yours. You get consent from the man. Can I have this baby? Can I use your sperm to make this baby? If you don't do that, then what the heck are we talking about?
So you think that they'll be equal, as in a sense like when you guys say that men and women should be equal, you think that's equal?
I think the child support part goes definitely more in favor of the woman, and like I feel like they should try and make it more equal, but I don't really know how they would do that.
So I don't think it's equal for her to have him pay for child support if she has an abortion, but that goes for all families. If there's anybody who has an abortion, I don't think it's fair to make the other parent pay if one person decides or both of them.
So you think they should be equal in all aspects?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Have a great day. Thank you for participating. All right, man. Thanks for your opinion.
Yep, appreciate it.
Have a great day.
You too.
All right. Thanks for your opinion. Have a great day.
All right, yeah. I'm really glad these discussions are happening. I really like Pearly Things. I'm sure you guys heard of her on YouTube and shorts and stuff. She's makes some great points. She's religious, and she's religious, and she's kind of against abortion. So she's not really like 100% logic based. But otherwise, I love what she does to bring out things about men. I think it's really important. And I like to see these kind of conversations. I would handle these conversations a little better. Like if I was that guy out there, I don't know, maybe I'll get a mic and go on a campus. There's a big campus here. I'm sure I can get lots of questions like this. Maybe I should do that. I'm not sure. So, yeah, hope you guys like that. A little input on there. And hope you guys have a good day. What is it? Logic.